Our world's beauty and complexity have always depended on a delicate balance of natural cycles. From the tallest mountain peaks to the deepest ocean trenches, every ecosystem is interconnected, forming a web of life that has evolved over millions of years. For millennia, the seasons, rains, and ice caps followed a familiar rhythm until now. These cycles shaped civilizations, guided migrations, and determined the fate of entire species. Today, that stability is unraveling. Climate change is no longer a distant theory. It's a present reality reshaping our planet. We see it in the headlines, in our communities, and in the stories of people facing floods, fires, and droughts. It's not about a single hot day or cold winter, but a consistent, measurable trend over decades. Scientists track these changes with precision, revealing patterns that can't be ignored. Imagine climate as a person's character, slow to change, but now, it's shifting before our eyes. The landscapes we once knew are transforming, sometimes in ways that are hard to recognize. Global temperatures are rising, oceans are warming, and rainfall patterns are disrupted worldwide. Coral reefs bleach, forests burn, and once fertile fields turn to dust or flood with water. The evidence is everywhere: earlier springs, retreating glaciers, and species struggling to adapt. Animals migrate at different times, plants bloom out of season, and habitats shrink or disappear. This transformation is accelerating, and understanding it is our first step toward action. Researchers race to document changes, hoping to find solutions before it's too late. While Earth's climate has changed before, today's speed and scale are unprecedented, and driven by us. Human influence is now the dominant force shaping the planet's future. The scientific consensus is clear: human activities are the main cause of this rapid warming. Burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrialization have all left their mark on the atmosphere. We're conducting a vast, unplanned experiment with our only home, and the consequences are touching every aspect of life. From food security to health, from water supplies to weather extremes, no one is untouched. The future of the natural world and our own depends on the choices we make now. Our actions today will shape the legacy we leave for generations to come. The Industrial Revolution unlocked the power of fossil fuels, fueling progress and population growth, but at a steep cost. For the first time in history, humanity gained the ability to reshape the world on a massive scale, harnessing energy that had been stored underground for millions of years. This era marked a turning point, setting us on a path of rapid technological advancement and urban expansion, but also sowing the seeds of environmental challenges we face today. Burning coal, oil, and gas releases vast amounts of carbon dioxide, fundamentally altering our atmosphere. These emissions trap heat, disrupting the delicate balance that has allowed life to flourish on Earth. The air we breathe and the climate we depend on are being transformed by the invisible gases pouring from our industries and vehicles. Every day, millions of tons of fossil fuels power our lives, but their invisible byproducts are now at levels unseen for hundreds of thousands of years. Our cities glow brighter, our industries run faster, but the cost is a planet increasingly out of balance. The carbon we release today will linger in the atmosphere for generations, shaping the world our children inherit. We've reversed a natural process that took millions of years, releasing ancient carbon back into the climate system. Fossil fuels, once safely locked away beneath the Earth, are now re-entering the air at a pace nature cannot absorb. This rapid release overwhelms the planet's ability to cope, accelerating global warming and changing weather patterns. Our demand for land has also reshaped the planet. Vast forests cleared for agriculture and cities. As populations grow and economies expand, natural landscapes are replaced by fields, roads, and buildings, fragmenting habitats and reducing biodiversity. Forests are vital carbon sinks. When we destroy them, we lose a crucial ally and release more carbon. These ancient woodlands not only store carbon, but also regulate water cycles, protect soil, and support countless species. Their loss weakens the planet's resilience to climate change. These two forces, fossil fuel burning and habitat destruction, are the main drivers of climate change. Together, they amplify each other's effects, pushing natural systems beyond their limits and threatening the stability of our environment. Our industrial processes, agriculture, and waste all add to the growing concentration of heat-trapping gases. Fertilizers, livestock, and landfills emit methane and nitrous oxide, potent greenhouse gases that further intensify the warming effect. We've built a world dependent on activities that destabilize the very systems we rely on. Our transportation, food production, and energy networks are all intertwined with the processes that drive climate change, making solutions both urgent and complex. The evidence is clear. These changes are not just natural cycles but the direct result of our actions. Melting glaciers, rising seas, and extreme weather events are all signals that our planet is responding to human influence. Our fingerprints are all over the global climate system. From the soil beneath our feet to the atmosphere above, the marks of human activity are unmistakable, reminding us of our responsibility to act. The time to recognize and address these consequences is now. By understanding the impact of our choices, we can begin to chart a new course, one that restores balance and secures a healthier future for generations to come. To truly grasp the challenge of climate change, we first need to understand the greenhouse effect, a natural process that is absolutely essential for life as we know it. This invisible phenomenon acts as Earth's insulating blanket, making our planet warm enough to sustain oceans, forests, and all living things. When sunlight reaches Earth, it warms the surface, and greenhouse gases in the atmosphere trap some of that heat, preventing it from escaping back into space. This process keeps our planet at a comfortable temperature, allowing life to flourish in countless forms. Without this natural effect, Earth would be a frozen, lifeless world with average temperatures far below freezing, too cold for most life to survive. For thousands of years, greenhouse gas levels remained in a delicate balance, supporting stable climates, reliable seasons, and thriving ecosystems across the globe. But now, human activities, especially burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas, as well as clearing forests, are thickening this insulating blanket at an unprecedented rate. More greenhouse gases in the atmosphere mean more heat is trapped, and the natural balance that kept our climate stable is being disrupted. This is simple physics, not just a theory. Overload the atmosphere with greenhouse gases, and the planet inevitably warms. The evidence is all around us, from rising temperatures to more frequent heat waves. Carbon dioxide is especially persistent, lingering in the atmosphere for centuries. Every ton we emit today commits future generations to a warmer, more unpredictable world. Even if we stopped all emissions right now, the effects of past emissions would continue to shape our climate for hundreds of years, altering landscapes and weather patterns. We are locking in a future that will be profoundly different from the one we inherited, a world where the choices we make today will echo for generations. The consequences of this thickening blanket are only beginning to unfold, with more extreme weather, rising seas, and shifting ecosystems already becoming visible. Our actions today, big or small, will shape the climate and the world that future generations inherit. The responsibility and the opportunity to make a difference is in our hands. The most direct result of the enhanced greenhouse effect is rising global temperatures. Thermometer records show a clear warming trend, over 1 degree Celsius since the late 1800s. This may seem small, but it's a massive shift for the planet's climate system. The Arctic is warming twice as fast as the global average, with profound impacts on ice, wildlife, and people. Heat waves are longer, hotter, and more frequent, straining health, agriculture, and cities. Scientific evidence shows today's warming is unprecedented in at least 2,000 years. Unlike past changes, this rapid warming gives nature little time to adapt. The extra heat disrupts weather patterns, fuels storms, and alters rainfall. Each fraction of a degree brings greater risks and more severe impacts. We're on a path to a much warmer world, unless we act. Melting ice is one of the most visible signs of a warming world. Greenland and Antarctica's ice sheets are shrinking fast, adding billions of tons of water to the oceans each year. Glaciers worldwide are retreating, threatening freshwater supplies for billions. As glaciers disappear, water shortages loom for agriculture, industry, and cities. Melting ice and thermal expansion, warmer water taking up more space, are driving sea levels higher. Since 1900, global sea level has risen about 20 centimeters, and the pace is accelerating. Coastal communities and island nations face flooding, saltwater intrusion, and even the threat of being submerged. Higher seas amplify storm surges, pushing water further inland and contaminating land and water. The Great Thaw is redrawing the map of our world, forcing us to rethink where and how we live. As the climate changes, so does our weather, becoming more extreme and unpredictable. Heat waves are hotter and longer, putting millions at risk. Warmer air holds more moisture, fueling heavier downpours and catastrophic floods. In other places, droughts are more severe, crippling agriculture and creating water shortages. Parched landscapes become tinderboxes for wildfires, which now burn larger areas with greater intensity. Hurricanes and typhoons are growing stronger and wetter, with higher sea levels amplifying their impact. We're moving from a stable climate to one of chaos and extremes. The fury of the weather is now an ever-increasing threat to our safety and well-being. The natural world is a web of life, finely tuned to a stable climate. Rapid, human-driven changes are pushing many species to the brink. Spring arrives earlier, disrupting the timing of blooms, insects, and birds. Animals shift their ranges, but not all can move. Some are trapped by geography or human development. Oceans absorb most excess heat and a quarter of our carbon emissions, becoming warmer and more acidic. Coral reefs, vital to marine life, are bleaching and dying from heat and acidification. From polar bears to mountain pikas, species everywhere are struggling to survive. We're not just losing species, we're risking the collapse of entire ecosystems that sustain us. Climate change is global, but its impacts are deeply unequal. The most vulnerable, those least responsible, suffer the most. Health risks rise, heat stroke, respiratory illness, and the spread of diseases like malaria and dengue. Food and water security are threatened by droughts, floods, and shifting weather. Water scarcity and crop failures can spark conflict and displacement. Climate refugees are already on the move, straining communities and resources. The stability of our societies depends on a stable climate. By destabilizing it, we risk our homes, economies, and future. We stand at a pivotal moment. Never before has one species shaped the planet's fate so profoundly. The evidence is overwhelming: warming, melting, rising seas, and violent weather. The web of life, built over billions of years, is unraveling in a few generations. What's at stake is not just nature's beauty, but the stability of our climate, food, water, and economies. Yet the story isn't finished. Human ingenuity can solve this crisis. We have the knowledge and technology to shift to clean energy, restore forests, and build resilience. What's needed is the will to act, urgently and together. Every fraction of a degree we prevent, every ton of carbon we keep out of the air, matters. The natural world can recover, but only if we stop pushing it beyond its limits. We are the stewards of Earth, with a moral responsibility to protect it. The choices we make now will shape life on this planet for millennia.